Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. Welcome back to Excel User Series 4.0. Actually, I've added an additional video earlier, but I didn't release it, so I'm moving that video to the next number now. Now we are going one number backward in our video here. I've already released the video number 17 last week. This week when I worked on it, I literally enjoyed this particular blog when I saw it, and it took me to my old school methodology of filtering data. Again, this is an advanced filter that I train in my curriculum. Normally we call this as filtering a data set based on criteria. So this you can do it in two different ways that's possible, and we use it in an old school methodology in a filter, and now it is far more easier. Again, I wish I had this filter function in my older versions when I would have, or I should have taught this for my kids. And I'm adding that in my new list. There is a lot of filter YouTube videos I'm adding now, so this is one of them. In our current video, we are about to see how to use a filter option. So what I want to do right now is I'm about to do a team swap here. So there are a few employees I have it here. I am adding them to a brand new list, and then I am adding new employees or a new set of recruits or rookies to join the experienced pals here. So to do this, I'm going to extract the data. This is the old school methodology that I'm going to do it. If this video goes bigger, let me break them into two parts of it. The second part will not be that bigger. The first part will be a little bigger here. I'm going to use a logic called advanced filter here. Again, when I use an advanced filter, I can use that either in normal pattern, but again I cannot get an extract separately. That is the only reason why I wish to keep this data set by a formula here. So the first part is I'm going to create a formula now. So I'll go back to the top. You can use any one of the formula here. If you want to use the new school methodology formula, you can use it, but I wish to open that or use that in the old school methodology. I'm going to create a match function here, and then I'm going to just say I want to compare this data with the one on the right here. We all know that when I choose a match functionality, I have to use a absolute cell reference here. Without a cell reference, this is not going to work, and then I'm going to give an exact match and give an enter here. Now I got the list. Now this list is going to give you those employees who are already there in both the list here. So I want to say both list, and I want to pick any one of the list. So there will be a subtle variant that we are about to follow in our old school methodology. So when I come back to this point, I'll place the cursor which I want to extract here, and then I will just come back to our data, and then I'll click advanced filter here. Immediately it's going to shout at you saying that there is no such information. Forget about that. Hop up there and then come back to this point. I'm going to copy the data to another location. Again, if I'm doing it in a brand new sheet or in the same sheet, I prefer to use this option, and then my data selection is perfect right now here, and my criteria base is going to be the blank cell above and the one here. I always use this in this way because if I select only the numbers here, it's going to populate all my data set, and I would like to get the answers here, and then when I give an OK, that's going to populate all the people who are available in both the list here. So I just literally matched the data set from one part to the other one. So now I know exactly both the employee lists available here. So I'm going to compare that only. These are the pros that we already have it. Now I want to go for the new recruits in employee to list. I'm not going to do anything very big here. I'm going to just add the old school method again. I'm going to add a match here. Come back and restart the whole process again with the match functionality one more time. And then to improvise that, I'm going to add an isNA functionality here. That's going to tell you that whether we are having this particular person or not. If both the data sets are there, then it's going to give you a false. If the data sets is not there in the list, then it's going to give a true. Again, I'll place the cursor in the employee 2, go back to the data, advanced filter, copy to the location. The location is perfectly chosen here. And then the criteria base comes into play. This time around, my criteria is going to be the one which is on the right hand side, and I want to pick up the answer to come in here. When I give an OK, these are the rookies that I have added in the employee to list. You can compare and contrast this in any other way that you want here. Again, if you are using this in our new school methodology, again the dataset is phenomenally great. Again, I wish I have this formula in our earlier version, but at least now we have it. I'm going to use a filter formula here, but before that I'm going to use a logic called COUNTIF function. So when I go back to the COUNTIF here, again I never used COUNTIF functionality for such a comparison here. The advantage of this is this formula is universal. Whether you use it for a date, text, alphanumeric, wherever you go ahead, you can use this formula effectively here. So I'm going to come down here, I'm going to compare this range, and this is the criteria that I have here. When I close the bracket and give an enter, that's going to populate all the people that comes at least once in that list, or not even the list here. Then I'm going to add a not functionality that's going to fetch all my people whom I don't have them or whom are not in the list. Then I'm going to filter the entire data either to any one of the column here. So I wish to filter this data, whoever is available in the data set here, and then I'm going to close that bracket with the functionality and give an enter. That's going to give you all my list who are not there in my data set here, and you can see that the data sets are giving you the entire list here. So let me just pick up this data set again. We choose the data set correctly here. So now I'm going to just check this, and now we can see that I got the ECNA functionality, but not for the second column, but for the first column. So these are the missing employees from employee 1 list here. So these are the employees which didn't make to the second list. When I swap the data set, so these are the employees who are not there in my list. You can see these are the employees are there in both the lists, and these are the employees who are missing from the employee list who don't make it to employees list 2. So hope you guys saw this data set. So this is a ribbon functionality. This is not going to be a function which allows you to update it automatically, as this is a formula which is a dynamic array function that's going to update automatically if you put them inside a table or tabular form. That's going to make our life really very easy. And this formula, which is a super formula, I can say so, because this formula will make our life really very easy, and then this can be used across the data set here. So you can use it for a date, you can use it for any other dimension that you wish to see it here. You can do them all. This is the subsequent video of my previous filter functionality, that video number 15. If you want to see that, I will connect them in the iCard above. You can go through the filter option here. Again, that I think that I compared 2 different dates in that particular video. I'm not really sure about what I did in the previous video, but this is one of the function which is really a beauty that I can see. So I took the data set, extracted it in one-dimensional data. Probably I could have done the ECNA functionality for the first employee list. That would have been a wonder for me. Let me just try to create that right now. So where we have an ECNA function which compares these 2 data set and then pulls the data out of our equations. Now the data set comes from this data to that data to comparison. Now if I make the comparison to the other one, let me just pick up the next one. I'll say ECNA, and then I'm going to give a match because I'm writing the formula literally other way around. I'm going to come down here. I want to compare this data with the one in this list, F4 once, comma 0, close the bracket twice, and then give an enter. And now I want to populate the answer below here. So I'll come back to my data, advanced filter, copy to the location. The data set that I'm going to talk about, this is this, and then the criteria that I want is this, and the result that I want is in here. Probably I'll put the result in here. And then give an OK. Now we can see the data that I took from my filter formula and the data that I took from my advanced filter formula on a different location. These are the employees are missing in both dimensions. The formula that I did for the data set, which will be dynamic in nature, the formula that I did, which is static in nature here. This is Vinod signing off from Excel user series 4.0 video number 16. Please comment on this particular video if you want to get a workshop where we can talk about filter function alone for 45 minutes in a live YouTube video. Let me know that. I would like to create one live session on the 1st of November, or if you guys are looking for any other dates on a weekends, if you want to do that, we can do it on 5th of November this year. If I get a good response of 25 to 30 people in my list here, definitely I will go for a live session only on filter formula in Office 365. We'll have a 45 minutes discussion, and if you have any other topic to talk about it, please let me know. We will have every Sunday at least one live session for 45 minutes, not really more than that. And if my number of participants, registered participations are more than 50, I will definitely do that for you. And it will be absolutely for free. No cost is involved. Just a knowledge sharing is what we are trying to inculcate here. Let's do that. This is Vinod signing up from Myself Academy YouTube channel and Excelsnippet, your Excel user series 4.2 video number 16. Have a great day ahead and happy weekend.